Here we go, let's dig in. You never look very sexy eating, but anyway. All that juice from the beef goes straight into the ciabatta bread. You get the lovely sweet onions, the rich beef, and it's just, oh, that is perfect. I mean, I guess you can't really go wrong with steak, cheese, and onions. It's just such a nice sandwich. So we're gonna start off with the beef. We've got this amazing Côte de Boeuf, which I got from my lovely butcher, Roland. So we've got some lovely flaky sea salt, and we're just gonna liberally season our steak, making a mess in the meantime. That's kind of my forte. Hit it with a touch of pepper. It's been taken out of the fridge a few hours ago, and we've left it to get to room temperature, because if you get it straight out the fridge, and we've got a nice hot pan here, you're gonna put a cold steak into a hot pan, you're gonna reduce the temperature of the pan, and you're not gonna get that lovely caramelization. So it's really important that you get your steak out a few hours before. We're gonna go in with our steak. And if it doesn't make that sound, it's not hot enough. It's important when you're cooking meat, you have to make sure you get a nice caramelization, because with no color, there's no flavor, baby. You see that? Look at that. Oh. You see the fat kind of dancing off it. I reckon we can go a bit longer. Is it getting smoky already? It's like a Prince video. Hold it in place here while we kind of sear in all the edges. And this is gonna lock in all that flavor. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go in with a little bit of butter, then add in the garlic, a few sprigs of thyme. And this is just gonna really, it's gonna help cook the steak evenly, whilst also giving it a lot more flavor. Okay, so now the steak is like really nice and golden brown on all the sides. We're gonna take this steak out. Take the steak out. Pour over all this lovely garlicky thyme butter. Sometimes you can put the frying pan straight into the oven, but because all of this flavor is left in the pan, we're gonna add in onions and peppers in there, and it's just gonna absorb all that lovely beef fat with all that lovely garlic, and it's just gonna add back into our sandwich and be absolutely sensational. So we're gonna bang this into the oven. Right, so while the steak cooks in there, we've got some time to chop up our onion and pepper. I'm just gonna add in our veggies. And as you can see, they're gonna start to take on all of that lovely flavor from the beef. Touch more oil. And you wanna cook this on a relatively high heat. Oh, God, that smells so good. Go. Oh yeah, these look good. See that kind of, the natural sugars from the onions have started to caramelize. That's because we salted it to begin with. All that liquid's come out, and then the sugars have been nicely caramelized with the heat of the pan. And we're actually gonna melt the cheese on top of the onions and let that cheese melt. Let it get nice and gooey. Oh yeah, look at that, that's a good one. So you know me, I don't like to waste any kind of flavour at all. And that lovely butter that we used to cook the steak in is in here. Pour it over. Let that kind of soak in. Oh my God. That's like, you know, oh my God. Onions, cheese, peppers, steak, bread. We're just gonna lay on all this lovely steak. Then, we just go on with all our lovely, gorgeous, cheesy onions with peppers. And now that is a sandwich